Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. I bought some of this Evapo-Rust. I actually got it at Harbor Freight. It was the cheapest place, at least as of when I'm making this video, to get it. Even off of Amazon and stuff, it was more expensive. So I think they were having a sale when I got it. It's been a couple months since I bought it, so I'm just now getting to this project. And what it is I go to garage sales and things like that, and I pick up, you know, free or really cheap tools. And a lot of those are very rusty sometimes, so I'm one of those people, I just can't not pick up a tool if it's free, especially. So I got some cheap stuff. I got this screwdriver. Hopefully, I looked it up. It didn't seem like it was worth very much when I looked at it, but the main thing is it's got like this rubber stuff on it. So, and it's plastic, and I just want to see how that stuff will do. Plus, I think this part here is aluminum. So this is kind of going to be a test piece for me, because I got like a really nice pair of channel locks that I don't want to throw in there if it's going to mess stuff up. So I'm going to see how that goes. Just a lot of stuff. Some sockets that actually, this is a Thorson, is that what it is? Thorson, yeah, Thorson socket here, which is a good older USA made socket, but the chrome's coming off of it and it's pretty darn rusty. So yet another test thing to see, is it gonna take the chrome the rest of the way off or just clean it up good. More crusty sockets, wrenches, got a crescent wrench, TRW USA Williams wrench, adjustable wrench instead of crescent wrench, I should say, which it's working fine. Yet again, it's just rusty and crusty. I'm gonna throw that in there. I got a couple of those, so we'll just let those soak and do their thing here. I got a old Stanley screwdriver. I'll throw that in there because if it doesn't hurt this, it probably won't hurt the Craftsman one as well. I like Stanley, it's just not what I need, so I'm not going to worry about it. This one is worth money, so I'm going to wait on that and see how it goes. This needs cleaning out. Trying not to put really greasy, grimy stuff in there if I can kind of clean it up before I throw it in there. Got a fairly big wrench in here too, but I don't know. Yeah, that'll go in there and I can fill that right up to the top. So I'll bring it over to kind of look at what I'm doing here. And got this in this bucket. It was one of the only ones I could find that I actually had a lid on it. It is a Rubbermaid, so it's pretty decent quality one. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that stuff in here. I'm not even sure if this is going to fill this up all the way or not. So I read the directions. It does say Evapo-Rust is a water-based, acid-free, and safe on all surfaces. It won't harm sensitive materials like copper, brass, aluminum, plastic, rubber, or vinyl. Just pour, soak, rinse, and reuse. It also says that it should be used in 65 degrees or above, which right now my garage is above 60 or 65 probably, or close to it, but not quite there. And definitely when I go in for the night, I don't heat my garage, so it probably won't be at that temperature. But here's the other thing, I'm gonna let it set over the weekend. This is Friday. I won't be back till Monday, so I'm gonna give it a couple days. Also wondering if using it longer than it says can hurt anything. Most of these tools, some of them were some money, but I'm not too worried about most of them if something was to happen to them. Depending on the depth of rust, so for at least 30 minutes and up to 12 to 24 hours for stubborn rust. Once you use it, you're supposed to rinse all the stuff off. You can pour this back into the container, and it says dispose of by your local laws. It says completely submerge, so I'm hoping I have enough to completely submerge stuff. It also says you should wear gloves and eye protection. I have eye protection. I am not wearing gloves. Before I pull this stuff out of here, I will grab some gloves though. Looks kind of like antifreeze or something else I could relate it to, but I probably won't. I was able to submerge this. This is like the perfect thing because there's not much left in here now. And honestly, I don't know if I'm supposed to cover it up, but I'm going to because I figure it'll probably work faster and better if it isn't in air, but I could be wrong. Maybe it needs some air. This is not an airtight container. I can lift up on it, and if there's any pressure, I'm sure it will pop off, but this won't allow any bugs or anything to get in there as well. So we're gonna leave that, and we'll come back probably in another 20 minutes to a half hour and just take a look and see what things look like. Other than that, it's gonna sit there for the weekend. It's been about 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. I'm ready to head in. So what do we got going on here? A little bit of sudsy stuff going on, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of bubbles or things cleaning up too much, so we'll just leave her on in there and see what happens. Could be I need to let the oxygen get to it a little bit more, but for right now I'm going to go ahead and close it up again so that it doesn't evaporate off. That's my biggest thing. I don't want a bunch of it evaporating off either. So we'll see in a couple days. Like I said, it's Friday. I'll be back on Monday and we'll take a look at it. Well, it is now Monday morning. Got myself a bucket of water here and a rag. Me and you are going to look at this together and see what it looks like in here. Yet again, it has not been heated in my garage the whole time, so we'll see how well it works. I don't normally say to sniff things, but I did get a faint whiff of what kind of smelled like vinegar to me, which it's not supposed to be an acid, so choose for yourself. Regardless, let's see where we're at here. Definitely took the rust off of things. There's still, oh yeah, that's just coming off with my fingers. Whatever's left, it's just goop and what appears to probably be more oil and grease than anything. I'm just going to actually take the rag and wipe it off first. Get some of the more dirty stuff off of here. That I can. There's definitely no coating on this left whatsoever, but quite honestly I don't know if there was much of one anyway to begin with. Definitely said to quickly put it in some water or rinse it off in water, so it must somehow stop it from doing any more. I'm gonna stick that somewhere to dry off, which I need to find a place real quick. I'm gonna go through and just start kind of throwing stuff, rinsing it, wiping it, rinsing it, throwing it, and I'm gonna keep that for dry. So that one appears to be pretty darn good. The only place where you don't see the silver whatever coating this is where it was rusted at. So, you know, it doesn't seem to affect the coating. I was a little worried after the first two, but it doesn't seem to affect the coating, at least not very much, except for the little spots where the rust is. But boy, does it takes care of the rust. People aren't lying about this one. Doesn't appear to have hurt this at all, which is good to know. Yet again, unfortunately, once your tools rust, unless you have a way of putting the coating back on, wherever the rust is going to be gone. Oh, I need to rinse this one. Get your cheap Chinese ones, and it didn't hurt the coating on them at all yet again, except for where there was a little bit of rust already. And actually these were way worse. They looked pretty rusty, and it appears that it took the top surface rust off pretty well too. Now here's the problem. We're doing this in water, so that's going to want to start flash rusting as it is. So I'm going to go grab some oil. I'm going to hit these with a dry towel over here. I got another bucket over here I've been putting these in. I'm going to hit this with a dry towel, and I'm going to start spraying these a little bit with a coating of oil of some sort before they start rusting again. I got my T9 bowl shield, and I'm going ahead and just pulling them out of here, rinsing them off, wiping them down, then drying them off, and then throwing them in the bucket with some T9 bowl shield. Just, that's the process. I'm not going to make you watch me go through all this fast forward. It's just going to take a while to do, and it's going to be fairly boring to watch if it probably isn't already. There we go. Threw them in the bucket, threw a bunch of T9 bow shield, dumped a bunch of old, probably older than me, WD-40. That was some stuff I got out of my dad's place, and it stinks, so I never used it for anything, and it's kind of gelatinous now, so I went ahead and dumped that on there, hoping that would work. The ratchets, both ratchets were not turning or functioning. I pulled them out and they both turn and function now. This one definitely needs a lot more cleaning up, but that looks like they stirred paint with it or something like that. I don't know what is on that one, but it's not grease, it's not rust, it is like paint. I mean, I just don't know what it is, but it needs a bunch of cleaning. The other one actually cleaned up real nice. I'll still tear all that, anything that has guts, I'll tear it apart and you know, clean inside of it better and things like that, and re-grease like those. All in all, I'm very happy and satisfied. I went ahead, I had a little bit of clean stuff left in there, so there you got to decide. I decided to go ahead and just take what was in there and strain it out through here and put it back in there. I think it was a good idea. It's a good idea to use like a paint strainer of some sort to strain that out. I wouldn't just stick it right back in there, because it definitely got a bunch of gunk and stuff out of there. This setup, I think, worked really well, because I was able to pour that right out of the corner there, and I hardly spilled anything when I was putting it in that, back into that, so that worked out all right. I'm pretty happy with that. I like the idea of the lid. Obviously kind of worked to keep it from evaporating too much. I need to do more research. I have heard somebody say something about being able to add water to that as it goes down or quits working, but I wouldn't want to dilute it that much, so I'll have to do more research if I run out of that. But I think, well, I don't know what size this is, but it worked perfectly. It's a good size Rubbermaid. I used to keep my zip ties in it. Now it's going to be used for this purpose. So what I did, I went ahead towards the end and I realized that it was just taking forever, so I went ahead and just kind of took everything, drained it out like I said, and then stuffed it in a bucket full of water, and I just kind of did that with all the stuff. And then from this bucket I went ahead, took it out, wiped it down with a rag, and put it into that bucket there. And every few pieces I would spray it and then flip it, and then I'd put a few more on top. I would spray the ones on top and then flip those, and that way I was getting both sides sprayed as I was putting more and more in here. And yet again at the end I just dumped a bunch of WD-40 all over it. You probably wouldn't have to do that. Really, you should go from spraying it, wipe it all off and put it somewhere away. But like I said, I'm kind of overdoing this right now. Didn't take too long. It was probably a good hour off and on me working on this, so it definitely takes a little while to clean up stuff, but probably a better idea to do this on like a plastic table or something you don't want to get rusty. So in the end, I mainly wanted a product that I could throw the tools in and walk away and not worry about it. That's why I was testing with tools that I know are kind of a little too far gone maybe to sell. I can use them. Some of them I'll be able to resell, but a lot of them will just be ones that I'll keep in my personal collection for cutting up to make other tools, or I'll use it if it's usable. I wanted something where at any point in time I could just kind of leave it, walk away from it, and then come back and deal with it without acid or something eating it away. So that's why I went with this product. It's up to you on what you want. I'd rather something that's more safe when it comes to that, but yet worked really well. I'm very impressed with how well it worked. Hopefully you got something out of that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.